Alright, what's going on guys? George here, and today we're going to be working on the 240SX a little bit. So the factory e-brake in the car isn't that great. It doesn't lock up the wheels, and I know if I probably did new brake pads, tightened up the cable for it, that would make it a little bit better. But I was looking for something more than that. So I decided to get a hydraulic handbrake, and I thought that would make it a lot easier to lock up the rear tires, which it obviously will. So that's going to be good for me to be able to drift a little bit better. Alright guys, so what we got here is the Nameless Performance hydraulic handbrake in this box. They of course hooked us up with it, so we're going to go ahead and open this thing up and get it ready to throw in the car. Alright, there. Alrighty. Ooh. Oh yes, look at that. This is beautiful. So what we got here is the hydraulic handbrake, of course. This is the 18-inch model. You've got a little bit of mounting hardware here. And then of course we have our Wilwood 3/4 inch master cylinder. And of course it's going to be hooked up to the handbrake, and it's very windy outside. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing ready to be thrown in the car. Oh, this is beautiful. So now we're going to go ahead and mount the handbrake in the car. The issue is where I want to put it right about here. But I removed like the center console, but we're going to have to cut the dashboard right here, because it's really in the way of where I want it to be, because I want it to sit a little bit farther forward, because I want to keep the factory e-brake too for like parking and stuff, and that won't really work unless I like cut this so I can move this thing a little bit farther forward. So we're going to go out, bring over something sharp, and then snip the dashboard right here so we can have a little bit more clearance. Shoot, I don't want to cut this. Or should I use to cut it? This is going to be like the most traumatic moment of my life. So we've got our angle grinder here. We're going to go ahead and hook this thing up, cut up our dashboard, and then we'll destroy our perfectly good dashboard and be able to have a hydraulic handbrake. So this is where I decided to mount the handbrake. It's going to go right about here, and this is like right next to the shifter in front of the factory handbrake. And I first went about welding this plate on here. It was like ridiculous. There was so much flap in it. I had to weld like this gusset right here, you can see. And I welded that in, and then I mounted the handbrake, just like put it on there, and it was so moving so much to the side, and I couldn't figure out why. And it turns out the entire like transmission tunnel was flexing because it was so thin. So I ended up just welding this piece of like steel in here, and then I added another gusset here, and this thing is not going anywhere. Like the entire thing is super solid. So we should be good to go now. I'm going to go ahead and throw a little bit of paint on this because there's so much bare metal, it's just going to turn to rust if I don't do anything. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and go ahead and bolt on the e-brake. So I decided to mount the handbrake right here where it is, so it's like right next to the steering wheel, and it almost hits the factory e-brake. I bent it over to the side a little bit so it would kind of be out of the way, just so this would clear through here. Sometimes other people like put it right here, but like that seems a little awkward, like pull it at that angle. And I kind of just wanted to pull it like that straight towards me. I felt like that was the easiest. And I mean, I'm happy where it is. It's a little bit close to the steering wheel. It's kind of close to the windshield wiper lever here. And it's kind of close to the e-brake, but it all fits. And it's not like stuff's gonna move. It's just like here. So this is pretty good. We got it all in place now. I'm really happy. The mount is perfect. It doesn't move at all. It's really solid in there. So now I'm going to go ahead and hook up our lines, send it over to the rear brakes. So right now I'm unhooking the factory brake line so we can go ahead and tap in the hydraulic handbrake right here to this little like junction block area for the rear brakes. So in a moment a ton of brake fluid is going to spill out of everything. Wow, I'm going to put a glove on actually. Okay, yeah. Oh. Alright, so we've got the hydraulic handbrake installed in the car, and it looks pretty amazing. I haven't bled the brakes yet, and obviously there's going to be a lot of air in the system. The brake pedal doesn't seem to go... Oh, it goes right to the floor. No, not all the way. Alright, we're going to just drive the car up and down the road, see if we can lock up the rear tires with the Hydro E. And then, of course, we'll bleed the brakes later on and get some videos of some drifting.
that definitely didn't work. So obviously, we need to bleed the brakes because that was pretty much everything I had with the Hydro E. And this is a 3/4 inch master cylinder, so that should have been able to lock it up how far I pulled it back. And the brakes need to be bled, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. So if you want to stick around and see some drifting with the Nameless Performance Hydro E, make sure to stick around, and I will see you in the next one.